Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas's offense takes the field. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Ewers. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. And now on second down for this offense. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more.
Open runway ahead. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Wildcats.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Here comes the offense on first down. Gonna run it. It's Baxter. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Bond. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels on 1st and 10. Picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Kentucky! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Now 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Ewers. They're trying to get to it. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it again. Got it behind the line. It's Baxter. Hits him with a stiff arm. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Longhorns look to do some damage in the red zone. Oh, picked off. Looking for more room. The 30. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Fair catch, called for and made. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Wide out in motion. They'll try to get the corner here on the jet sweep.
It's so hard because when they run jet sweeps, they don't always give them the football, and then you got to worry about other stuff. But great job focusing on your keys, seeing the jet sweep, pulling the trigger, going, and getting the speedster on the ground.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, this guy's really feeling it. Of course, last week he had 2 sacks, and here he is in this one registering his first. This guy very quickly is making a name for himself as one of the best pass rushers in college football.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moving out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. Oh, the ball's out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on for a massive fumble recovery.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Let's see what they've got on second down. He leaves it with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having a pass block everywhere.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
Looking to throw, it's Ewers. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
That's a really nice-looking catch, and it's shocking when you think about Texas Longhorn football. Not a lot of names jump out at you when you think about great wide receivers here, right? Yeah, Roy Williams, Jordan Shipley, not too many. This guy, though, I think has a chance to be special. This guy could go down in Texas history as one of the all-time greats.
He's going to pass on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Bolden. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the offense. At the 20, he's got space. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Coming out with it, it's Patterson.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man.
They are pinned deep, and this crowd is letting them have it. Trying to beat them to the edge with the jet sweep. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He'll come out throwing on first down. A strike downfield. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Oh, and just like they drew it up, put it on the ground, fall on top of it, still get the first down. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Looking for a crease, it's Trainer.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Wants to throw on second down. Gets it out quickly. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Fast motion from the offense. They're getting this guy lathered up. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I definitely like being the quarterback coach of this guy because he makes me look good. I mean, he makes me defend the whole field as a defense and all the weapons and all the options, and then he can do that. He can take it himself, glide into the end zone, and get 6.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Texas offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Looking for a man. It's Ewers. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a 4th down. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown. touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Wide open downfield. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Grabbed behind the line, it's Brown. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Second and goal coming up. They'll run it on the counter. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Third and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Looking for the score. Almost. The end zone, and what a red zone stop that would have been. It'll be fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, September 28th, 1929, the first time USC and UCLA squared off on the gridiron. Here's how this year's edition finished up. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Back to throw, it's Ewers. A little screen to the running back.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They turn to the passing game on third and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Bond. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got his man quickly. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. New set of downs after that completion. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
And his throw is incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Makes the grab. It's Bond. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line. They keep attacking through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a great great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. Just discarding tacklers, punching and grinding his way to the 23. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And it's right down the boulevard. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on second down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And that pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Back to pass, it's Ewers. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're now down 31-17. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. No surprise, looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Dropping back, it's Vandergrift. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Line getting set on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Handoff to the lone back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's back to throw on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They go to the draw. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. The touchdown drive cut the deficit last time they had it. Forced the punt. Now a chance to really make this a football game.
And I think if you're the offensive coordinator here, you're revisiting that last drive and asking yourself, okay, what did I call? What worked? What can I keep dialing up so we can keep scoring?
Dang right, because you got the momentum. You're back in this football game. Everything is going your way. Your defense just contributed, so that lead they had, just keep chipping away, and who knows what will happen.
Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
On the run, it's Baxter. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And the defense holds firm. No pickup added.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Gives it to the back on the draw. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not full in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting him on the ground.
Pulls it in. He's loose at the 20. And he just
touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Texas! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And he makes the extra point. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. It'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner is stopped. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
To throw, it's Vandergrift. He's got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
And it's incomplete on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Makes a move. That nip. Up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays.
Looking to go up top on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
I don't blame the quarterback for taking that shot either, man. He's cooked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that one.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Finds his tight end. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And now he's in the 400 club, 400. That's a pretty good day at the office when you're putting up over 400 yards. This defense hadn't had a lot of answers.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down.
You know, you go for it on 4th and inches in this fringe area of the field in your opponent's territory. I'd be curious to see if on the next play now, they're going to try and take a shot and see if they can catch the defense sleeping.
He's going to pass. Finds his man. It's Baxter. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Touchdown Longhorns! And here they come, almost all the way back. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. The returner will field it and bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Scanning the field, it's Vandergrift. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. He's got the tight end. He breaks a tackle. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Grab near the marker. It's Traynor. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
They want to just keep throwing it. Quickly to the tight end. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to run for it. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Vandergrift. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking to the big tight end. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Touchdown, Kentucky! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Finds his big tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They'll go back to the air on second down. This time, it's complete. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Lisa. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards over there.
And the Longhorns will have it first and 10. He's going to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. After the misfire, it's second and 10. Looking downfield, it's Ewers. Fires to the big fella.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now.
Makes the catch. Touchdown, Texas. And the comeback is on. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the fourth quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Bolden. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important that your defense is honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Looking downfield, it's Ewers. Using the quick game.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
You've got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you start to get the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off and get what I can get.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. Makes the grab. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They've got him pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. They'll throw it on 1st down. Quick strike complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Dropping back, it's Vandergrift. They're bringing heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. How about keeping it on the ground on 3rd and long? He gets 9 on the play, and that brings up a 4th and 3. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He wants to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on.
Passing situation, what do I want to do? I want to bring more guys that can cover guys on the outside. Nice job by this defense, running the dime package, more DBs on the field to match up with all these speedy wide receivers.
Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 24. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Complete downfield. Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. They'll go to the ground. Still running at the 40. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. And this field goal might not put the game in the freezer, but it would ice it down pretty good. He got it. They have taken the lead in the final seconds, guys, and the celebration has erupted on the sideline.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through. And Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. And David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. To the air, it's Vandergrift. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memory.
I agree, Reese. You know, I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more?